let's talk about setting yourself up for color success. The first thing that I think is really important is just checking your environment, right? We want to make sure that your environment stays consistent. That is the biggest key. Make sure that if you're using a laptop, it stays open in the same place. If you're using a desktop, again, if you're in great lighting situation near a window, that it kind of stays in that area. If you decide to move it, just know that your lighting situation is going to change how your color looks on your monitor, right?
Yep. And the angle of your laptop screen is going to make a significant difference as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect.
So if you're getting your prints back, let's just kind of rehash a little bit. And potentially they're coming out of the box and they're a little bit darker than what you expected. What could potentially be those reasons? And one of the large reasons in our world, just to make this very, very simple, we all have those little devices that we stare at for hours a day. And sometimes we make phone calls, but most likely we're just playing on them.
Yes.
And they're very, very, very bright. Now, when you think about the brightness of the screen that you're looking at all day, and then you think about the external monitor or the laptop that you're working on, you get to a higher level, and at a high point, with the manufacturers of those devices, they want their monitor to match their phone.
Yes.
It increases the brightness significantly of the screen. So it's not necessarily your fault or anything you're necessarily doing wrong. It's just we're so trained to be looking at those bright, bright screens all the time, but understanding that those have LED lights behind them.
Right, your print does not.
Your print does not, yeah, exactly. So when you're thinking of it in that way, you're looking at a print in your hand and the light is reflecting off of it versus a screen that is coming through the back. So you have to really consider that. A lot of, I don't even want to call it issues, but if you're experiencing a problem, it's mostly, I'm just going to speculate here, to do with brightness.
Yes.
Not necessarily color.
Right.
So if you are experiencing some of that, looking at the brightness right away is going to be most important. So let's just show a quick comparison here, Catherine. I think thinking about it in those terms where the light's coming through versus impacting the front, let's just show that on the screen here, because I think that'll be good for everybody to see. So this is going to be, it's an iMac, you can see sitting right there, and then a PhotoLuster print, and looking at what the potential difference is between the screen that it has been calibrated and the print. It just gives you a good comparison for you to start to digest. Now, in another segment, we're really going to go through a lot of different print comparisons, surface comparisons, all that kind of stuff like I mentioned before. But this gives you a little dive into it, a little taste into it, just to kind of get your head wrapped around it. Catherine mentioned it, but I want to say it a little bit louder for everybody in the back here. Where you're looking at your prints, where you're looking at your monitor, makes a huge difference. The color of light bulbs in our room, like we just installed a bunch of new LED lighting in our living room the other day. We could pick the color temperature we wanted it to be. That didn't exist a few years ago. So thinking about the environment that you're looking at things, are you looking at a nice, clean, natural light? Are you looking at it under a bulb that's set at 2200 Kelvin, which is super, super warm? And keeping that in mind when you're editing on your screen, as well as looking at the prints. And always, 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 an external monitor that doesn't change angle is going to be most consistent. And always when we're talking about color, when I talk about color, you can do all the devices and all the things and stand on your head and dance up and down, but comparing the print to the monitor is going to be your best direction of how to get that to equal.
And using your eyes, like as the pro.
Yeah, and one word that we just really want to continue to repeat here is being consistent. Consistent in your space, consistent in your time of day. You think about sitting next to a window if that's your environment, which it's, a lot of people, we don't want to sit in a basement and be completely in the dark. Is it a cloudy day?
Right.
Is it a sunny day? Is it the morning? Is it the afternoon? Taking all those things into consideration, and letting yourself learn. Like I said before, this is a really good thing to learn along the way. Absolutely. So stick with us. We're going to dig into a bunch of different test prints next. Several different files, surfaces, so hopefully it will make it very easy to understand how to get the results that you were looking for.